Welcome to the December 2015 edition of Alexander County Now. In this episode, learn more about the CVCC Alexander Furniture Academy, set to open in July 2016. Find out more about the many popular Christmas activities happening in Alexander County. The Economic Development Corporation's Business Spotlight is on All Pro Fire and Safety. Check out what's new in the Library Corner, plus see what else is happening in December in Alexander County. All this and more in this episode of Alexander County Now. Well, of course, it is December and the Christmas season here in Alexander County, so what's happening here? Well, on Thursday, December the 3rd, the Hiddenite Arts Heritage Center will host its annual Christmas at the Lucas Mansion Friends Open House. Center members, known as Friends of the Center, will gather from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. for a special evening that includes interactive guided tours of the Center's museum and holiday decorations. Also, heavy hors d'oeuvres and community fellowship. The holidays are a special time at the Hiddenite Arts Heritage Center's Lucas Mansion, as staff and volunteers work together to decorate all 3 floors of the historic Victorian and Edwardian era home with holiday decorations that center this year on the unique theme of magical memories and melodies. Admission to the Christmas at the Lucas Mansion Friends Open House, which includes a 1-year Friends of the Center membership, is affordably priced at only $25 for an individual or $40 for a family. Following the open house, the mansion will be open to the public beginning Friday, December the 4th. Admission for the guided tour of the first floor museum is $4 for adults, $3 for seniors and students. All other exhibits and areas of the museum are admission free. Call 828-632-6966 or visit hiddenitearts.org for more information. Perhaps the largest Christmas event here in Alexander County is our annual Christmas Parade, which will be held Saturday, December 5th, beginning at 3 p.m. Alexander County citizens make the parade a huge success, and the public is encouraged to invite everyone to come out and be a part of the big event. Bring your family and friends and a bag for candy to the big event and see the many floats, beauty queens, sports teams, cheerleaders, classic cars, and Santa Claus himself. This year's Grand Marshal is Bradley Earp, recently retired Alexander County EMS Director. The Alexander County Christmas Parade is sponsored by the Alexander County government. Call the parade office at 828-320-7614 or email alexanderchristmasparade@gmail.com for more information. See you at the parade on December 5th at 3 p.m. The annual Bethlehem Star Lighting is set for Saturday, December 5th at 7 p.m. at Mount Pisgah Lutheran Church in Bethlehem. The event is sponsored by the Bethlehem Community Development Association. Evening activities include a living manger scene and scripture readings by the host church, Mount Pisgah Lutheran. Also, bonfires, free cookies, hot chocolate, and hot apple cider from the Bethlehem Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts. There will be music by the Mount Pisgah Youth Band and duo featuring Lauren Wasman with Josh Costello. Echoes of Heaven Singing Group will also provide musical entertainment. A very special treat will be a visit by Old Saint Nick. This year, the honor of lighting the star will be performed by Jimmy Moore. Mr. Moore was born in Catawba County in 1937 and has lived in the Bethlehem community of Alexander County for most of his life with his wife while raising 4 children. Moore founded Hancock and Moore Furniture Company, which currently employs more than 400 people, and many are from the Bethlehem community. The Bethlehem Star Lighting has been an annual event on the first Saturday night of December for more than 3 decades and was a feature article in the December 2008 issue of USA Weekend. The one-night event draws more than 1,000 people each year. For more information, contact Connie Killian at 828-495-7775 or Ken Wasmond at 828-495-2660. In a special holiday production by the Atlantic Coast Theater for Youth, the Hiddenite Arts Heritage Center is proud to present The Brave Tin Soldier on Thursday, December 10th at the Center's Educational Complex. Guests will enjoy holiday cookies, punch, and hot cocoa starting at 6:30 p.m. with opening curtain for the play at 7 p.m. Admission to this family-friendly theater performance is only $5 for students and $10 for adults. Taxes included. Call 828-632-6966 to make reservations. For the 14th year, the churches of the Bethlehem community in Alexander County will be hosting Christmas in Bethlehem, a drive-through dramatization of the biblical village where Jesus Christ was born. This inspirational event will be held Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, December 11th, 12th, and 13th from 6:30 to 9 p.m. on the property adjacent to Fellowship Advent Christian Church on Fellowship Church Road. Included will be more than 30 live scenes depicting Bethlehem at the time of Jesus' birth, with peasants, prophets, shepherds, soldiers, kings, angels, and a cast of nearly 100 characters. Those wishing to stroll through the village at an even more leisurely pace will have the opportunity to don costumes of the period and interact with the cast. Costumes will be provided on site free of charge. This wonderful event is provided admission free as a gift from the Bethlehem community. In recent years, this celebration has received media coverage from the New York Times, USA Weekend magazine, as well as a photo spread in the Advent Christian Witness National magazine. Visitors have traveled each year from Charlotte and beyond to witness this inspirational event, totaling about 2,000 guests annually. For more information, call the church at 828-495-8086.
If you're a resident of Alexander County, your voting place on Election Day may have changed. Please note this change. If you have received new voter registration card in the mail recently, please note your voting place listed on the card. On August 31st, 2015, the Alexander County Board of Elections received approval from the North Carolina State Board of Elections to make the following Election Day voting place changes. Gwaltney 1 and Gwaltney 2 will vote at the Gwaltney Community Building. Little River and Sugarloaf will vote at the Little River Community Building. Sharps 1 and Sharps 2 will vote at the Stony Point Volunteer Fire Department, Station 1. Taylorsville 1, Taylorsville 4, and Taylorsville 5 will vote at the Alexander Senior Center. Taylorsville 2 and Taylorsville 3 will vote at the Alexander County YMCA. For the March 15, 2016 primary election, Alexander County voters will have 3 one-stop early voting locations to choose from: the Alexander County Board of Elections office, the Bethlehem Community Fire and Rescue Department multipurpose room, the Stony Point Volunteer Fire Department Station 1 Community Room. As always, you may register to vote or update your address at the Board of Elections office located at 370 First Avenue Southwest, Taylorsville. If you have any questions regarding your registration or any voting place, please contact us at 828-632-2990.
Excitement has been building about the new CVCC Alexander Furniture Academy. So watch my interview with CVCC Alexander Center for Education Executive Director Linda Graham to learn all about it. I'm Gary Herman with the Economic Development Corporation here in Alexander County, and it is my privilege and honor to be interviewing Miss Linda Graham, who is the Executive Director at the CVCC Alexander Center here in Alexander County. Now, we've got some big and exciting news for the public out there. I figured the buzz has been going around about the CVCC Alexander Furniture Academy. So folks are probably wondering, when's it going to be started and how can I get in? So just to give a little background, well, it is a very exciting partnership, folks, to create a furniture academy here in Alexander County. I know our local furniture industries are very excited about getting this going, and our people are as well, because I tell you, it's been hard for the furniture manufacturers to find qualified workers here in the past few years, so especially in the areas of sewing and upholstery. So working together, we've created a great partnership. So Linda's going to tell us all about the Furniture Academy.
Okay. Well, approximately 4 years ago, and it was right after the recession, there was a downturn of the availability of jobs in Alexander County, and we saw an increase of unemployed and underemployed folks at CVCC Alexander and on our main campus in Hickory. So, but however, after a couple years, we noticed that the furniture manufacturers were screaming for qualified trained workers. They were screaming. So henceforth, we developed great partnerships with our furniture manufacturers who needed trained workers. We also recognized that our county leaders, like the county commissioners, also recognized the shortage of trained workforce in Alexander County. And we work closely with the EDC, and with the administration of Alexander County Schools and with the administration of Alexander County. So, and the citizens were coming in saying, I need more training. The jobs are not there, but I need to step it up so that my resume can look different than someone else's that's competing for the same job. So voila, after lots of conversations and a public meeting in front of the county commissioners back in 2011, students came forward, Dr. Henshaw came forward, our business leaders came forward, manufacturers, Alexander County Schools came forward, the EDC came forward. All these folks came forward at a county commissioners meeting, and they recognized the need too, that we need a facility that will house adequately a trained workforce, not just for today's jobs, but for tomorrow's jobs too, particularly in the hands-on technical fields. We know that there's a high demand for those type jobs. So that's where the community college comes into play. That's our mission, is to train a workforce that's skilled ready and educationally ready to start work tomorrow.
Very well said, Linda. I think you summed it up pretty well. And like she said, it is a big partnership, even up to a federal level when you talk about grant money and things of that nature. I know we have the U.S. Economic Development Administration. We've got CVCC. We've got Golden Leaf. We've got Appalachian Regional Commission. We've got the county government. Just so many entities involved to make this a success here in Alexander County. So this is something that we can be proud of. We can hang our hats on. What is the coursework involved? It's mainly sewing and upholstery to begin with. Is that correct?
Yes. This the academy, the Alexander Furniture Academy, will be roughly a 5 to 6 month program where students learn the history of furniture first and foremost. Any good school of thought allows participants to understand their product. So if we enter a job and we just look at it as a 3-letter word, a job, we may not understand the history or the pertinence of us being there. But so a little history lesson will be done, an overview of the furniture industry itself, how it affects consumers, how it affects retail, how it affects our economy. Those things will be discussed initially. They'll also be introduced to different things that make any organization great, and that is teamwork development, communication skills, the mission of the furniture industry, and teamwork, the importance of coming to work on time, looking down the road, looking at new ways of doing things, being innovative and creative. So it's not just a job. We're looking at this opportunity as a career choice where people will be able to go in at entry-level position. If they come out of the Furniture Academy, they're already they're ahead of the game compared to most folks who didn't take any type of training. So from this day forward, after our doors open, manufacturers are going to be looking for students that have gone through this type of training, intense, overall educational experience. So it's not just a tool they'll be working with. It's a comprehensive educational approach to the entire furniture industry. So they can go in entry level. They can, going through this program, they might start very quickly at becoming a supervisor, where your pay increases. And the pay is really, really good in the furniture industry. With hard work and commitment, just like with any organization, folks can rise to the top. Whatever the top means to them, they can rise to the top, take on managerial positions, supervisory positions, and start leading that company to help that company become more fruitful, not just for the workers, but for the people that are purchasing quality furniture. So it's a win-win for everybody to get skilled workforce in the Furniture Academy and in the furniture industry. As a matter of fact, we have a furniture company at our CVCC local campus right now that's undergoing supervisory training. So CVCC does provide, any organization supervisory skills training, and that's what we hope that these Furniture Academy graduates will come back and do one day, is to participate in our supervisory academy.
Okay, well, I know the local furniture industries are very excited about this program because they've been looking for workers for a long time, and they've been hard pressed to find these upholsterers and sewers. I know you talked a lot about the soft skills, but of course the academy mainly focuses on the hard skills and, the assembly line for, upholstery and cutting and sewing. So you're going to learn some really hard skills in this academy, and when you come out of this place, you're going to be ready to work at a local furniture company here in Alexander County, we hope. So, and also, I don't know that we mentioned the number of spots available. We'll have 15 upholstery spots and 15 sewing spots each class. Is that correct?
That's exactly right. So they will undergo, we will have 15 slots of each type of position, the cutters and sewers and upholsterers. And we are in the process of hiring our instructors to make sure that they receive the best qualified training possible. We'll offer it twice a year.
Exactly. And we're thinking the first one will be like July 11th or something like that, and then it'll go through sometime in December, and then they'll offer another one starting in January. So it'll just be an ongoing program. So it's going to be a great thing here in Alexander County. And, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention the great involvement of our local furniture industries, whether it's Craftmaster, Kincaid, Mitchell Gold. I mean, we can't name them all, but they've all been critical in the planning process and figuring out what we need to help them get what they need. So kudos to them for making this happen here in the county. Now, I know we have an information session. People were wondering, well, I want to know more about this. How can I find out more? We're having an information session in April. So tell us when that is and what folks can expect at the info session.
Okay, Gary, the information session to become more familiar with the Alexander Furniture Academy will be held on April the 28th. It's a Thursday night at 6 o'clock. It'll be in room 103, where there's lots of space in that classroom. Our business partners, county commissioner, our economic development, our partners with the main campus, the Catawba Furniture Academy, some of those folks that Lori Price and Crystal Glenn, the dean of the School of Business and Industry, Dean Muller, key players from CVCC and from local Alexander County will be present to talk about the nuts and bolts of the training academy, what it entails, the application process, the cost, and things of that nature. Applications will be made available at the conclusion of the information session. And I bet some of you that are listening may say, I really wanted to attend the April 28th session. I've got other plans. What am I going to do? Don't worry. We'll still have a chance to apply. If you will let us know at the conclusion of that meeting the next day, call us and we'll make sure you get the application packet.
Very good, Linda. So ample opportunity for folks to plan for the April 28th information session here at CVCC. And you spoke briefly about the cost and the schedule. How much does the class cost for folks, and what days of the week and what times are we looking at for the class itself?
Okay. Initially, the first class will be set up as an evening class from 5 to 9, 4 days a week. And the cost is $250 for that 5 to 6 month training program. The tools cost roughly a couple $100, depending if you're going into upholstery or sewing. There are kits available that we'll make available to our students. The good thing about the $250 registration cost is that our manufacturers and other agencies, actually, our manufacturers have said for this first class, at least this first class, they would like to provide scholarships to our first 30 applicants. And like I said, there'll be an interview process for our first 30 applicants. So they're as excited as anybody about this project and about turning out 30 qualified workers that's going to start a bright career, a fruitful career, a lucrative career for not just themselves but for their families.
All right, Linda. Well, thank you so much for your time. I mean, this is such an exciting partnership here in Alexander County between the county, CVCC, all the granting agencies involved, our manufacturers. It's just a win-win for our county. It's a great sign of progress, folks. We're doing good things here in Alexander County, and we're going to have some highly skilled trained workers going out into the workforce in the very near future. Now, again, that information session is April 28th, so be on the lookout for information about that on county social media and websites and in the newspaper and on the radio, because we're going to be spreading the word far and wide about the Alexander Furniture Academy. So again, Linda, thank you so much for your time and your effort, and thanks to everything you've done for the Furniture Academy.
It's always a pleasure, Gary. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. All right, folks, so come on out to the info session on April 28th.
Welcome to the Library Corner. I'm Laura Crooks, the Director of the Alexander County Library, and I'd like to share with you a peek at what you can access with your library card. New in fiction, The Secret Chord by Geraldine Brooks. Peeling away the myth to bring David to life in Second Iron Age Israel, Brooks traces the arc of his journey from obscurity to fame, from shepherd to soldier, from hero to traitor, from beloved king to murderous despot, and into his remorseful and diminished dotage. The Secret Chord provides new context for some of the best-known episodes in David's life, while also focusing on others, even more remarkable and emotionally intense, that have been neglected. We see David through the eyes of those who love him or fear him. From the prophet Nathan, the voice of his conscience, to wives Michal, Abigail, and Bathsheba, and finally to Solomon, the late-born son who redeems his Lear-like old age. Brooks has an uncanny ability to hear and transform characters from history, and this beautifully written, unvarnished saga of faith, desire, family, ambition, betrayal, and power will enthrall her many fans. New in nonfiction, Fodor's Travel, the Caribbean, 2016. Planning to escape the cold weather for someplace tropical? Fodor's correspondents highlight the best of the Caribbean, including Anguilla's powdery white beaches, Bonaire's colorful coral reefs, and the scenic views of Jamaica's Blue Mountains. Fodor's local experts vet every recommendation to ensure you make the most of your time, whether it's your first trip or your fifth. Enjoy this full-color travel guide before you take your trip. It's cooking season, and what better way to keep warm than with Essential Casserole Recipes by Barbara C. Jones. Whether regional or traditional, a practical family meal, or an elaborate gourmet event, the casserole seldom fails to provoke emotions of comfort, warmth, and security, and it even comes with its own container. This collection of recipes is an eclectic mix of flavors and skill levels and is sure to have something for everyone. Don't forget to check our e-book shelf for titles you may not have seen yet. From the library website, www.alexanderlibrary.org, take the link that says click here for e-books and e-audiobooks. Call or visit the library for help getting your e-reader, tablet, or phone set up. I hope you'll visit us at the library and see how much more we have to offer.
Our business spotlight this month is on All Pro Fire and Safety, and it's our pleasure to be speaking with the owner, Mr. Matt Biggs. So, Matt, thanks for coming out. And we're going to tell the folks all about your business now. You've been going since about 2012, I believe. So tell us what All Pro Fire and Safety is all about.
I started All Pro Fire and Safety in 2012, and it's a way for me to stay in the fire service and kind of help the community out as well. I'm a career firefighter, so on my days off, this is my part-time business. And we service fire extinguishers, emergency and exit lighting, fire suppression systems, and pretty much anything to do with fire and safety services.
Okay, so you basically keep folks safe from fire. Hey, we like it. Now, I understand since you got to start in 2012, but there's been an out-of-county company who has really serviced many of the clients here in Alexander, and maybe some people don't know about you. You can offer that service in county as a local business for a better price, probably also. So tell us about that. Why should people choose you?
You're correct. There's actually several out-of-county businesses, and some of those are quite large, and they can't provide the personal service that I can. Currently, I'm the owner and the operator, and I'm the only employee. So whenever you call us out, you'll get me, and I'll be there to take care of you. I do tend to do things cheaper, especially in the county. I want to take care of it. I was born and raised here. This is my hometown, so I like to take care of people, especially in the county. I do feel like my prices are probably more competitive than anybody around, even outside of the county. So that's something that we want to provide the best service at the best price for anybody.
Right, and your clients, they're using a local boy here. He's from Alexander County. You need to be using All Pro Fire and Safety for your fire and safety needs. So you say you're a career firefighter. Now tell us a little bit about your fire experience.
Well, I started about 10 years ago volunteering for Hiddenite Volunteer Fire Department, and that progressed into a career opportunity at Mooresville Fire Department. And I've been with Mooresville for going on 7 years now. I'm an engineer there, so I drive the fire truck. I'm also a certified fire inspector there. We don't do fire inspections for the town anymore, but we are all certified fire inspectors. So I kind of have an idea of what the fire inspector is going to say before he even comes in. I can kind of tell you what the code says, and I won't say I know the code inside and out because I don't, because it's so large. But I do have the code available, and I know how to find the answers in the code.
In other words, you know your stuff. You know what a company or a business needs in terms of fire protection and to comply with all the regulations and the guidelines. So basically, does every business, are they required to have fire extinguishers and exit lighting and stuff like that?
Every commercial business, or we'll say structure, is required to have at least fire extinguishers. Depending on when they were built is going to determine if they have to have exit lights and if they have to have backup power sources. Even churches, a lot of people don't realize that a church it's a commercial structure. It's an assembly according to the fire code, and it's required to have the same as any restaurant or Walmart or anywhere you go. And a lot of people don't realize that whenever the fire marshal comes out to their church and he says, well, you've got to have your extinguishers inspected and your exit lights have to be working. They don't understand that. So, anywhere where people gather or you go shopping or anything, that's all included in the code as a commercial business.
All right. Well, it looks like you'd have a potential for a very good client base here in Alexander County, as well as surrounding counties, because you also serve outside the county.
Correct. We service from pretty much Virginia to South Carolina, the entire central part of the state. We've got customers West Jefferson, Rowan County to Morganton, Charlotte, Shelby, all around. Pretty much, I'd say 100-mile radius from right here in Taylorsville. Wow,
that's pretty awesome, man. And of course, you prefer doing local businesses because you don't have to drive as far, right?
Correct. Yes, I do prefer local business, but hopefully one day it'll be statewide and maybe even travel into Virginia and South Carolina. So we're looking to expand and see where it takes us.
All right. Well, and I'm sure customer service is one of your top priorities, and keeping people safe, of course. That's what the job is, right?
That's correct. Yes. Being a firefighter, I've seen lots of fires. I've seen what can happen. Nobody thinks they're going to have a fire. Right. And then when it happens, they can't believe it did happen. And so, I know what can happen, and I want to be there to keep you safe and keep your property safe. And being a firefighter, customer service is our number one goal all the time. So, and that bleeds over into my personal business as well.
All right. Well, and if a company is just getting off the ground, if you would like Matt to come out and tell you what you need at your business, how many fire extinguishers you may need, what kind of exit lighting, you'd be glad to come out and talk with them, I'm sure.
Absolutely, and it won't cost anything for me to come out and talk with you. I can tell you exactly what it'll cost to get you up and running, and then if that's suitable with you, then we can get things rolling.
And then you come back on a monthly or whatever basis to kind of check the fire extinguishers. What's the timeline on that?
Most companies, I come back in a year. I put you on a schedule. You don't have to worry about calling me. I'll come back in a year, and if you need me to call you before I come, I can, or I can just show up, and I'll take care of you from then on out and keep you compliant with the code. Wow,
so once you get up and running, they'll see you maybe once a year unless they have a problem, and then everything's good to go. All right. So that, again, the name of the business is All Pro Fire and Safety, located right here in Alexander County. And Mr. Matt Biggs can serve all your fire protection needs. So what are your days and hours that people can get a hold of you?
Pretty much everything I do is out in the field. I have a mobile service unit, and I can do most service on site. So we don't have a storefront. I come to you, and we pretty much do 7 days a week, whatever you need. No certain hours. We can make an appointment our first thing in the morning or late at night, whatever's suitable for you. the best way to contact me is my cell phone. I've always got it with me. You can contact me direct. You don't have to talk to a secretary or anything else. You talk to me whenever you call. And that number is 828-302-9283.
And you do text and voice on that?
Absolutely. You can call, you can text. You can also email me, and I'll get that on my phone as well. It's allprofiresafety@gmail.com. All
right, wonderful. Well, Matt, very nice meeting you, and we look forward to getting some folks out here to utilize your business and buy local Alexander County. All Pro Fire and Safety, this is Matt Biggs. Give him a call, and he'll hook you up with some fire protection service. His number again, 828-302-9283, or you can email him at allprofiresafety@gmail.com. Buy local, Alexander County. To learn more about our Buy Local Alexander County campaign, visit the Alexander County EDC website, alexanderedc.org, or give me a call, 828-632-1378. Buy local, Alexander County. So you're wondering what's happening in Alexander County in December? Well, let's find out. The public is invited to the Alexander County Friends of the Library silent auction on Saturday, December 5th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at the Alexander Central High School cafeteria. A wide variety of items will be up for bid, with proceeds from the auction to fund a scholarship to be presented in May to a student pursuing a higher education. Kathy Riddle, president of the Friends of the Library, encourages the public to visit the auction to do some Christmas shopping in an easy and enjoyable way. In addition to the bidding, there will be musical entertainment and refreshments. For more information, contact the Alexander County Library, 828-632-4058. Brushy Mountain Golf Club and McLindon's Restaurant invite the public to a night of shopping, beauty, fashion, and fun at their annual fashion show on Monday, December 7th. Attendees can browse and meet with vendors at 5:30 p.m., with the fashion show to begin at 6 o'clock. Tickets for this special event are $15. The event will include a full-service dinner, door prizes, bonus coupons, plus fashions for every day and special occasions. Vendors will be present to help with everything from accessorizing your wardrobe to your home. Vendors will include Hedgehog Hill Soap and Sundries, Valley Run Candles, Arbonne Beauty, Talbot's, Cottonseed Boutique, Designs by Nova Lee, and others. Call 828-632-7502 for more information. On Tuesday, December 8th, the Hiddenite Arts Heritage Center will offer an evening class in wreath-making. Held at the center's educational complex, students will gather from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. to learn the art of creating a wreath using fresh greenery and natural materials. Registration for the class is $28 for the general public and $24 for center members with tax included. All materials needed to complete a wreath will be provided and are included in the cost. The wreath-making workshop will be led by Allison Houchins, Hiddenite Arts Heritage Center Director of Education. Class space is limited to 12 participants, so early registration is encouraged, as this is one of the center's most popular holiday activities. Registration and prepayment are required and may be made by calling the center's office at 828-632-6966. McLindon's Restaurant and Brushy Mountain Golf Club are making plans for their annual New Year's Eve party, so mark your calendar and call for a reservation. Dinner will be served early in the evening with a champagne toast to be raised as the clock strikes midnight and 2016 begins. A special DJ will be on duty to meet a variety of musical tastes for dancing and celebrating. Cost is only $65 per couple. Reservations are also available for the lodges at Brushy Mountain for those who wish to stay overnight. Now, the lodge only has 10 rooms, so get them while they last. Reservations for the party and for rooms at the lodge will be taken at 828-632-7502. Again, that's the New Year's Eve party at Brushy Mountain Golf Club and McLindon's Restaurant on December 31st. Cougar athletics are busy in December, so come support your Alexander Central High School Cougars. The basketball teams have home games on December 9th, 11th, and 17th. The wrestling team has home matches on December 1st and 8th, and the indoor track team participates in the Polar Bear Meet at home on December 3rd and 7th. Visit alexander.k12.nc.us and search for Alexander Central High School, or call the school at 828-632-7063 for more information. As you can see, there's a lot happening here in Alexander County in December. As always, find out more about these events and more at Alexander County's tourism website. Visit alexandernc.com. There you'll find a complete calendar of events, information about places to visit in Alexander County, restaurant listings, and much more. You can even submit your own event to the calendar. Again, it's visit alexandernc.com. In fact, we just posted every running event for the 2016 season, so check it out. Thanks for watching this episode of Alexander County Now. You can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, or the Alexander County Government channel on Charter 192 or AT&T UVerse Channel 99. Be sure to tune in next month and spread the word about our show. We'll see you next time.